All right, it says we're live now, so we should have a new live stream going. The audio should be fixed, so maybe one of the moderators, somebody can let me know. Anyway, welcome back to the stream. My anxiety was about to freaking go through the roof right there. Uh, yeah, everybody's like, "Yo, you're froze. Yo, your audio," and you got 500 of them. I'm like, guys, I know, I can read, but yeah, I'm telling you, those, yeah, if they're on the old track, they need to get on this. So everyone says it sounds better, so that's a positive. So yeah, we'll completely restart from the beginning. So I'm sorry it's lagging. I have knocked every device in my house that has internet, other than this laptop, is good. Ben's on a cell phone, so he may lag a little bit, just to let you know. Um, yeah, it's just, so we can only do what technology will let us. Uh, yeah, yeah, man. To be honest, I can do pretty good editing video, and I'm not liking coleslaw's class anymore. But uh, that's about the extent we got. You know what I mean? This is not, with all due respect to Ike Live, this is not BTC up on the panel boards over here. This is just one guy on a laptop. BTC's got game. So anyway, guys, do me a favor. The old stream doesn't work anymore. So you'll want to share this one in the old link. I'm actually going to delete it off YouTube. So do me a favor, like this video and share this one. So make somebody share it in the 6 Sense group there on Facebook. But anyway, Ben Milliken here, bottom right, top right, Epic Eric. If you've never been in a stream with Eric, he's the bait OG. He is the bait father, as I would say. But what we got going on tonight, we got Ben in here. We're going to give some stuff away. If this video gets 500 likes, and that will run till next Saturday, we're going to throw some goods in there. But no matter what, I'm giving away a pair of Waterland sunglasses. Yeah, go ahead. Feel free. And a premium 6 Sense Super 6 sack. All this is good. They can't hear you or Ben. All right.
No,
Go ahead.
just you, man. You're the only one coming through. Testing.
Test balls, nuts.
Can y'all hear now?
Come on, man. Give us a sign, everybody. Can you hear us now?
Test.
Dude, I do not think it's all on my end for some reason. I don't know.
Huh.
Yes, Hella Bass. I see 15 people said I can only hear Baitman. All right. We're going to get this.
Dang, sorry, dude.
That's weird. We can hear each other, but they can't hear us.
Yeah.
And it says now, Ben and Eric are froze. No audio, video on the other two. Nope. Only hear Kevin. No EE. No audio. Only hear Baitman. No, sir. Nope. Dang.
Why is there no audio? I can hear plenty of audio. All right, hold on one more time. All right, you guys talk again.
Yeah, it looks like
says everyone is frozen.
Huh.
Dude.
Dang.
It says all three are
having a staring contest. And
none is out yet. Eric audio just came through. Okay, so the chat.
Oh.
By the way, the chat is way behind. Chat's going to be behind. 20 to 15 seconds. So.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, test balls, wieners, whatever, baits. Everyone
Big
says
balls,
good. Got
test.
audio. Is anybody got video?
Bet.
Can hear but frozen. Why is the stream frozen?
What?
Man, that's fucking bullshit. Pardon my French. Let's see. What is Skype doing here?
Okay, they can hear us. That's the first part.
Still frozen.
It's more like a live audio podcast.
Yeah.
I wish I was holding up a good bait, like, you know.
Comments are lagged from your audio. All right, the messages are whoa. The chat's going crazy right now. Like all these comments are just
Oh man,
rolling.
it's just flowing, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. People are flooding it.
Yeah.
I think what happened was Ben made a post, and then all 405, is it 440? What's your number now on YouTube, Ben?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I think
You're
a lot
watching
of
me?
people jumped on all at once.
Hold on. Baitman Jr.'s figured out how to get the Xbox internet working without it plugged in. Be right back. Eric, you start asking good questions.
He hotspotted, man.
Oh,
He's running
no.
a hotspot. He will not be silenced. You cannot control Baitman Jr., man. He strikes again.
He's going
See,
to
he's
timeout.
yeah, he's pissed, man. He didn't get the invite tonight, man. And so he said, you know what? I'll show them.
Bring him
No
on.
questions
Let's do
about it, man. You did a little college fishing back in your day, didn't you?
I did, yes. I friggin' loved college fishing, man. It was when it was
What was that like?
getting started up. It was the best, man. I
Really?
I started a club at my college, so it was kind of all
wow.
up to me,
Yep.
getting it going and everything. And it was a headache getting it going and stuff with logistics of college, just because they didn't understand like what was going on.
Sure.
They didn't get it, you know. So, but once we got it going, it was so much freaking fun. We had such a blast with it, and that was back when FLW was running the tournaments.
Yeah.
And they would run like 50 boat team tournaments. And
Wow.
so they'd only let one team in per school, because there was like a demand for like 300 schools to get those 50 teams. So
Sure.
you had to like click the button that minute they announced it to register.
Holy moly.
The reason they did that is because they provided all the boats and all the drivers. And
What?
So, yeah. So once we got in there, you were in, and they provided everything for you. The payouts were like incredible until when they had National Guard as a sponsor. It was like 30 grand for regional
What?
tournaments. What?
Are you
Crazy
kidding me?
for 50
Did
teams.
Did that go to your like school
Yeah.
tuition?
Okay.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, unfortunately.
All right. I shut off the Xbox completely. Like took the power cord and everything. Evidently, like if you take the network cable out, it defaults to whatnot. So let me see if I can bring Ben back in video wise, and then I'm not going to re-Skype him. I'm just going to bring him back in here and see if this works. I think the chat's caught up. Dude. Like, literally about to have a panic attack there, Eric. Yeah, it says there's 120 viewers. I think that's bogus. There's no way that's right. Let's see.
It's crazy.
Hellabass is going to work for it tonight. All right. I got you back in here, Ben. Your eyebrows are moving. You're blinking. I think we're good. I'll make Eric just a little bit bigger. He deserves that. All right.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Let's lock it all in.
Can you hear that?
I can hear that.
I can hear that. All right.
That's a bait. Don't worry.
All right. So, long story short, Brian's Fishing Adventures has asked this question at least 15 times since the stream started.
You got to bring it up.
He wants to know, Ben, are you going pro for 2021?
What?
No, I'm not. I don't think. I haven't decided. I want to fish some opens, but god dang, the freaking schedule doesn't do us any favors up here in Nebraska.
No.
We got the Central Opens, which is what I would be closest to, and they're all 15 hours plus away.
What?
Sucks, man.
That sucks. That's a giant trip, man.
Yeah. So then, I mean, there's like the tackle warehouse circuit still, the whatever they're calling the Old Costa Everstart FLW guys, but I don't know what the turnout and stuff's going to be like in those. So I don't know. It's kind of up in the air. I'm talking to old Luke Duncan a little bit still about maybe hopping into those guys. So
what?
I'd love to do that. That'd be what I.
Oh my gosh, that'd be awesome, man.
Especially taking out the local advantage. That's huge to me, man. Being able to put my game on for 6 places around the country, all different times of the year. Local advantage, everything for points. That's what I'm all about. I'd be in for that, but we'll see what we can work out.
Man, good luck with that. That would be exciting, man.
Now,
So you would travel with Luke, man. That would be amazing.
Yeah. Well, I'll just fish his NPFL circuit.
Oh man, that'd be outstanding. Oh, you're talking about NPFL. Got it.
Yeah.
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 10-4.
Well,
That
I
was going to
hope
be my
that'll
next
last
question.
more than a year. I've got my thoughts on that. That's for a different stream.
No, I can get down. I agree with that. That'll be tough, man. It's already off to a pretty slow start.
Like, I totally want everything to succeed. Make sure I'm clear on that. And I like Luke and all the other guys behind it. It's just, man, it's tough. You know, I worked for FLW for at one time, and long story short, man, it's hard making money in fishing tournaments. I don't mean that bad or anything. It's just, uh, and because of COVID-19 and stuff like that, you know, it's put a lot of limitations as far as what you can and can't do. And I think Bass has run into that. Major League Fishing's run into that with, you know, the expos and stuff like that. So, all right.
I got a question for you guys. Why hasn't anybody come up with like a national team tournament trail?
Dude, I was talking about this the other day.
Yes.
Why?
Big money.
In the boat, I know people, they worry about cheating. Put a marshal in a boat just as easy. Just
Right.
as easy as Elite Series.
That's exactly right, man. I mean, would that be incredible? And then you'd have dudes that could split the cost. You'd have guys that would, you know, that have done regional teams. Man, I would be all in for that on level or regional level, but super sized, better payouts, bigger level. I think people would be into it, man. It's a different
100%.
concept. Yep.
It's a niche that doesn't exist right now. There's nothing above that that region semi-regional level. There's not even like a whatever they're calling tackle warehouse in the open. There's not even like a mid-level.
I know.
There's
It'd be
nothing.
neat. That'd be neat, man.
Crazy.
I would love it,
Super
man.
A lot of
If
people,
somebody's listening,
everybody says now the video is good. So somebody, Hellabass,
Oh, I
timestamp that so I can put that in the description to the video. I think what's happening, there's so many people trying to get on and stuff, and everybody's chatting. It's just bogging down.
man, it's rolling. Wow.
Good.
Good stuff.
Maybe Ben.
You all right, man?
Ben,
Y'all, man?
yeah, but I don't know. I'm flustered as heck because I like everything to go smooth.
It's only Milliken Fishing, man. It's only Milliken Fishing.
I know, but he's like,
Dude,
it's not that it's.
He's a guy like just like you.
all good.
It's not that it's
Good.
Milliken Fishing. It's that he's a buddy, and so are you, Eric. So if shit hits the fan, I'm like disappointed. It's like someone killed my damn dog.
It's all good. All right, man. Let's start. Let's begin. What you got?
Hellabass said he fixed it. So anyway, while we're working, we get 500 likes on this video. Hell, we'll just combine it with the earlier one because people are going to click on it too. 500 total likes across both. Waterland sunglasses. I'm giving this away no matter what. This is actually, I think this pair is the Hasket. It's a great pair for in between where you got small or big head. Really clear blue lenses in here. This is Ben's company. He started this with Garrett and Casey. Garrett's Casey from 6 Cents Brother. Really like the glasses, man. They work great. And then,
Very cool.
super sick sack. Got plenty of baits in here. Some good baits, as our friend Justin Royal would say. Heaters only in this. Won't be. No offense to your bro, Travis. We won't be auctioning these off at the end of the year.
Shots fired.
Hey, you know, I watched that and I told someone the other night, I said, listen, I'm not saying nothing because you know how hard it is to do a live auction. And, dude, we all have stuff we got to clean out. You know what I mean?
Oh, hey, buddy, let me tell you, the stuff I auctioned off was straight up good stuff.
I was going to buy those Stickmans, but I was like, nah, I better let somebody else grab those. And then...
Yeah, man, I heard.
So, 500 likes, and then I'll throw in a Jaint Juice 50X from 6 Cents. It's the Baitman color. And, because I like Ben's color, the Milliken 50X, proven fish catcher for if you have...
Yeah, bud.
That's right.
Look at that, man. I like that name.
So let's talk about that, Ben. You designed that color.
Yeah.
Milliken. Eric's a Potomac River guy. He likes blue stuff. I'm TVA guy. I like shad stuff. You're a bluegill guy. Why do you have so much confidence in bluegill colors?
Well, to be honest, I throw a little bit of everything, and there's definitely situations for every color of bait and stuff, and I travel all over the place, so I end up throwing it a lot. But you're probably seeing a lot of my local videos from around here, and you're seeing me throw the bluegill baits. Like I got the Gillikin here, I got the spring bluegill, it's a little bit more chartreusey bait. And the thing is, man, they get bit around here because we have a bunch of smaller man-made lakes, and because of that, they don't have shad in them. There's shad in some of our lakes, but there's bluegill in all of our lakes. And I don't know, it's kind of just a confidence thing for me too, because everyone throws sexy shad, everyone throws citrus shad, stuff like that. They're seeing white baits whiz by their face all the time, and this is a more natural color bait 100% of the time to me. And I don't know, we had times this fall in September, October, when the water started to get colder, maybe in the 50s, upper 40s, and we got this lake around here where I do most of my shallow crank, and it's got these big giant shad in them, that this size shad all over the place in the lake.
Oh, what?
And you couldn't get bit anywhere that didn't have the shad around, but we were catching them on the bluegill color crankbaits like 10-1 over the shad color crankbaits. So, I mean, I throw, it gets bit, and these guys get bit.
Bait Junior is not going to Xbox, so he's coming on. I think him and Dabmaster are about the same age.
Yeah, Max is 10.
Good gracious, he's got huge quick. Bait Junior, he'll be 8. Yeah,
Bait Junior, what's up?
On the contest, guys, here's how you'll enter that. Just like always, at the end of the stream, come back tomorrow after the stream, leave a comment. As long as it's YouTube appropriate, you'll be entered. You know, don't be linking your favorite strip club, but you know, just leave a good comment. So, no, you can do that. I'm married, so I can't visit. Actually, nobody on the stream can visit. Anyway, we got a lot of people in here. Got almost 300 people so far tonight. Let's get this thing trending on YouTube, guys. Make sure to like, share if you can. Ben, I appreciate you sharing it out there too. That actually might have broke the stream, really. But
hell yeah, man, this is awesome.
Let's talk a little bit about your fishing with Mike Iaconelli, and then we'll answer a few questions, guys. I don't like to.
Oh man, my backyard, man. Yeah. I got some questions on that one.
Tell us about how did you hook up with Iaconelli? I've been trying to get him on the stream for a while. Now I'm scared if I got Ike on here, it'd probably go pitch black screen.
It's kind of funny. I actually I just commented on a few of his pictures and his posts he put up on Instagram, and hit me up and was like, "Yo, we should do some filming together. Would you have any interest in coming up here?" And I think I kind of explained on his podcast and stuff. I'm sure a lot of people didn't hear, but he's like my bass fishing idol. Like reading his book.
Oh man, unbelievable!
When I was probably 10 to 12 years ago, kind of got me really hooked on the tournament side of things and making a career in it, and kind of showing some of the backside of things, just besides the tournament stuff you're always seeing on TV. And he really inspiration to me. And then, of course, seeing him in the Classic Angler Year and stuff. So, I mean, I was just like, no brainer. I travel all over the place. I'll be there as soon as possible. So I made my plans and worked it out with family schedule and everything and rolled on up to New Jersey.
Dude, that's
very cool.
Back when I did Classic Patterns, that TV show, that's how I met
Loved
Eric,
it.
by the way. Oh, we got a $5 Make You Holler from Brian's Fishing Adventures. Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.
I'll drink to that.
Says the MFers
any donations, I take a sip of whiskey.
Oh, no.
I'll take a sip of coffee.
That means
I better fill her back up.
I'll just split it with Ben. I'll split the donations tonight with Ben and Eric. So whatever we get, I'll just three-way it.
It's all good, man. You keep it, bro. You doing the work, man. I'm just showing up and watching.
I did like
you got more baits to buy, Kevin.
That's right. Exactly.
Speaking of, like, it's get to the point where, like, when 6 Cents drop stuff, I hold off for a while because I'm like, man, I ain't got room for all this, you know.
Yeah.
Isn't it the truth?
It's disgusting.
So I did this.
Yes.
I did this. Ben, you got a horde of tackle. I've seen some of your videos.
Yeah, I got some stupid amount of tackle.
Speaking of Iaconelli, so back in the day, Classic Patterns, another company got involved with us and brought Iaconelli on. We did this DVD. It was Ike's Finesse DVD. That dude was doing the chicken rig, the Nico rig, split shotting, all this crazy stuff before it got mainstream. And one thing I really respect Ike about is, like, when you're doing video work and production work like that, there's no well, can you say that different, or can you? It's just like, all right, tell me how to make a split shot rig. He'll go, all right, I got it. Let me get my stuff, and he gets it, and it's one take, and he's
Oh,
always
he's a
Wow.
professional.
machine. He is a machine. Yes.
And dude, he always treated me good. And we've talked about doing the show. I made an iCast back when I was doing it on my cell phone. You remember that, Ben? And he's like, yeah, dude, I'll jump on there with you. So I just gotta get a hold of him. I've talked to the carpenter a little bit. We'll see. We gotta get this internet situation fixed out though. But anyway, oh, we got a $20 make you holler from Sean La.
Whoa. Oh, Sean's the best, man. Damn, Sean.
Yeah, Sean got it. Ben, I hate to tell you, you better sip again, because Hunter Nixon fish $9.99.
Saw 999. Are you out of your mind? I love it.
What are you sipping on, Ben? I don't drink anymore, so.
All right, so I got all sorts of fun stories. We can go on with this for. We went out to Colorado doing some ice fishing, and my man Don Evans, shout out Don, was like, he invited us out there. We hadn't been in the mountains, and we're like, we want an awesome backdrop. If we're gonna go stupid ass ice fishing, we want there to be beautiful mountains in the background. Don, I got the spots. So we get up there and we're talking to him and stuff. He's like, I got a little care package from you because I got a alcohol sponsor, and I was like, say no more. That's awesome. And so we get to the place we're staying the Airbnb that night. He walks in with this crate. I got it emptied out now, but it probably had 25 bottles of booze in it from his sponsor, Mystic Mountain Distillery.
What?
This is straight bourbon whiskey. This is the Outlaw Legend. Right there on the back of it says this is bottle 11 of 24.
Wow.
So we're drinking
What?
special stuff because we're on the Baitman podcast.
Damn.
Whoa.
Smooth.
Oh, it's good stuff. Sorry, that was a long story for what I'm
No,
drinking.
that's okay. We like
like it.
stories.
Good. Good.
Heck yeah.
Let's see if I'm gonna pick out a few random messages here in the chat. Everybody says
There were some
video,
questions
audio.
on that Hankel Shad,
Yeah,
man.
let's see the Hinkle Shad. You got the Hinkle Shad
You
here?
got to bring up that it's the Hankel
Hankel,
Shad to a
the
few
old
people
Hankel.
out there because that thing's
Yeah.
been hankled on, man. Look at the chewed up.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
that start out as a crappie?
Yeah, it was a crappie. Ow, fuck. It was a crappie bait wrap on it, and it's like pretty destroyed. This is actually I have two of these. I lost the other one, and it was even more destroyed. But yeah, I got this here. Got a little here. I don't know if you guys know this, but I make a ton of my own tackle and tinker with stuff like crazy, and I just redid my whole garage here. I should
Bro,
give you guys a
me
little
too,
tour
man.
of
Yeah.
my shop here. But yeah, so I need to do some work on this guy, get him re-wrapped up. But yeah, that's a bait right there.
What's your PB on the Hankel Shad?
I've caught a couple over 7 on it. I dumped one probably 9 something on it.
Oh my god,
But
dude.
I've caught so many 4 to 5 pound fish on that bait. It just gets bit really, really well.
Yeah,
Ben.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite setup fishing that big Hankel Shad, man? What rod, reel combination, line?
I throw it on my MF rod, the swim bait rod, the 7.9 extra heavy.
That is a
Got it.
legit rod too. I've got one. It is legit.
Okay.
Yeah, man. We when I was designing it at first, I was like, I want a rod that I can throw A-rigs on and 6-inch swim baits on because that'll just
that's
be
smart.
That'll sell really well and it'll do good. And when we got
Right
it
on.
in, that blank, he sent it to me. I was like, holy shit, I can throw a 6-ounce bait on this, no problem. I don't even know how it worked out, but the taper was just perfect, and you can lob 5-6 ounce baits on it.
It's actually a really good rod for throwing that Magnum spoon too.
Yeah, dude, I totally believe
Very
that.
cool.
It's
Now,
got a nice bend to it too.
Do you stick with the stingers, the 43s, or do you change out the hooks that come on it?
I'd swap them. I don't know if it even comes with any hooks, to be honest. These are ST 56s, I believe.
So you move up to the 56. Got it.
Yeah,
Cool.
56. I don't know. ST 36 are fine. This is a big, heavy bait though. So when they're
Oh, it
fresh,
is.
you can put a bend in them. I do throw it on like Maxima Co-Poly, 30-pound Co-Poly right now. But I've also I started out throwing it on 65-pound, 80-pound braid. And I'm thinking about going back to that maybe too.
Really? Do you feel
Yeah.
like once you started with the Co-Poly, you got more bites, or you've seen no difference?
I don't know, man. I think I might get more bites with it, but I think I'll land more with the braid and get more hooks on with the braid. because you're
Oh, yeah.
constantly. We don't have a lot of giant. We don't have Florida streams here or anything, so we don't have a lot
Sure.
of giant fish. We got a ton of 3.5 to 5 pound fish that bite
Sure.
this bait, and
Yeah.
they're constantly hitting the sides of it and not getting their mouth in it. And it
It's so
seems like
crazy.
with that braid, you feel any tick when they hit the side of that bait and you set it, you're gonna get a piece of something.
Wow.
So,
It's
I
very
don't know.
interesting, man. Yeah, they do
Yeah.
a lot of headshotting on baits like that too, right?
Yeah,
So
totally.
now,
That's,
what kind
I mean,
of snap
that's
do you
a tall
like?
bait.
It is
guys,
it's a very tall bait.
yeah, I know there's a lot of misconceptions in the industry, or maybe it's legitimate about guys not wanting to throw big bluegill baits. They think bass don't eat 8 to 12-inch panfish size. So I mean, because they're so tall, they're hard to swallow. They got a lot of spiny fins and stuff. But basically, that's what they're trying to do here. So you don't land a lot of the fish that bite this bait. So you got to be on your game with it for sure, as opposed to something like this. Long, slim,
Oh,
depths
yeah.
250.
Just grab one, buddy.
Is that an
But,
OG? Is that an OG?
Yeah, it is, man. That's a flash.
The old
carp.
foamy? Oh, my
Yeah.
God. That's what I'm
Then
talking
we
about.
got this guy here, too, the old Butch Brown trout guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
snap.
we got good ones. Eric knows what's up.
Yeah, I got.
Do you ever freak out about like losing one to a big ass muskie out there? I'm sure you got muskie,
dude,
right?
That's what this is all about.
That's what
right
I
here.
thought I saw.
This
Wire.
rig,
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
You're
this
rigged
is a
up.
150-pound fluorocarbon.
Holy shit.
Straight to that. We got pike in a couple lakes, and that's when I was throwing this nostalgia
Yeah.
trout with pike. So
Yeah, so
Oh, wow.
that's why I grabbed
awesome.
this one, Ben. I don't know if you should. This is. They make so many good
The gizzard.
colors, but they never made anything that is like Tennessee River specific. And dude, this new. That's why I had to get that MF rod. The MF rod will chunk this, won't it?
Oh, yeah.
%. Yeah, dude. It's really good for that rod. The Hinkle bends it quite a bit, but that's about an ounce lighter than the Hinkle. It throws that bait really well.
By the way, I couldn't keep up with the chat, dude. We got a $25
saw it.
donation, a $10, and
You might as well chug.
Big sip, bud.
Don't make
I just can't have you passed out on here for
That's a
insurance
sipping
reasons.
whiskey, man. Everybody, slow down with the donations.
Oh,
Another one.
Snap. Just a $20 make you holler from Luis Fernandez. I gotta back up and thank everybody that sent a donation. Don G, he's an OG. He's been on a lot of the streams. Thank you, Don. Deep River Bassin says 1,000 viewers tonight, dude. We're at almost 400. We're getting close.
Wow.
Decan Fishing.
And last question,
Go
man.
ahead.
Last question.
Yeah, dogs.
The snap. What snap do you use for your Hinkle? If it doesn't come with a snap or a split ring, do you use a snap? Do you use a split ring? Talk to me about that for you. I got to know on big baits. You've got some experience.
Hinkle comes with nothing because Andrew Hinkle apparently thinks that since the demand's so high, he doesn't even sell painted ones anymore. You got to get them painted or paint them yourself.
I know. I sent mine out.
Oh, yeah. But I don't throw it on anything. I tie directly to the front of the bait. No
Good to
snap,
know.
anything.
That's what I wanted to
fishes,
know.
It fishes really well like that. And I probably shouldn't be sharing this on a live stream.
No, go ahead, bud.
So many actual good fishermen that are smart and intelligent and going to go catch fish where I fish. But this bait right here will get bit so much better than any other big bait that I've ever thrown. Even this one. This is a great bait, the 250. This one just draws fish. I don't know if it's that forked tail. I don't know if it's the profile, what it is, but they eat the shit out of it. But I throw the slide swimmer. It comes with that little swivel right there, and honestly, I've never messed with anything besides just the swivel that comes on it. It fishes really well.
See, I like Ben on here because I don't have to go grab a bunch of baits. He's already come prepared and everything.
Man, I just reached in the box and grabbed some stuff.
Matt Robertson,
just turned around.
Oh no, Mr. Matt Robertson, he's told me he's got some Hinkles, and he says, dude, it gets bit. He said probably is best catching a big bass. He said the S waiver obviously gets more bites, it gets more commits. He said, but for big fish, Hinkle shad is kind of the way to go.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know.
Nice.
There's differing opinions no matter where you go in the country. I spent a week with Oliver Nye out there in Colorado, and he probably is sick of me. I asked him probably 200 questions a day, nonstop, on the way to the lake, on the lake.
Oh, wow.
While we're sitting wherever we're out to eat, I just asked him just constant questions. And
you got to.
He said straight up that, like, in California where there's trout eating fish, trout. First off, trout are such a huge part of the equation. Like that's what made the entire swim bait boom happen. But he said that the big ones, the true giant fish, 10+ pounders, won't eat a bluegill or shad profile bait hardly at all. They want something that they know they can digest and get down their gullet, long profile baits. And that makes sense to me, but I live in Nebraska. Our state record's 10 pounds, 15 ounces or something. You can't find a fish over 7.5 pounds here. So I haven't had that problem. It's not something I got to worry about here.
Right on. That's crazy. Right on. Fascinating, man.
Yeah,
that's
go ahead
great
and take
to spend
your
a week
drink
with
there.
Oliver.
They just come back in, Bill.
Boy, man, they're flying in, dude. Woo.
Good.
Hold on, I got to answer a text here. Hey, let's talk about
Ben, good.
Somebody asked the question, is there any modifications you do, Ben, to the flow glider, from 6 cents? I've shaved the joints on it to get just a little bit more wider swim.
Yeah, you can shave it. To me, something that small, it's something I fish a lot more like a jerk bait. It's a lot more of a twitch bait. It doesn't have a big wide glide to it, but it's kind of funny. It's something that I kind of overlook, and I throw this guy, or 250 other big baits, or even this guy right here, the Arashi glide. It's a nice big size bait.
That's got a nice action. I threw it recently. I like it, man. It's got a good tight swim to it.
100%. But Casey has told me, he's like, I can get more pictures of 10+ pounders from that flow glider than any other bait that we have. And I'm like, damn it, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What?
So,
I had a couple really big followers at Lake X. I go test the baits and stuff over at X. It's no secret, it's private, but dude, if I got a doubt about something, I can throw it in there, and it's clear, so I get to see how the baits work.
You got a flow glider? You got one hanging around?
I do. Let me see if I can find it. I think.
See if you can grab it, man.
Yeah.
So Ben, no Gancraft jointed claw. Is that? Oh, it's in the mix.
Oh yeah,
that was my first big bait, man.
This is part of my new garage thing I built. I hang all the ones that aren't in the boat.
I told you he's got a problem, Eric.
Oh, dirty sad. Oh, look, man, I'm seeing all of it, man. Oh, yeah. Oh, I got some rats. You got some rats. Talk to me about the rats, dude.
Dude,
got
the Zuma.
You got the Nez rat, bro. What?
The noisy docks. That's the deal.
Oh, dude, I got one hanging right there.
This is probably my favorite bait of all time.
The
dude. 7-inch slammer. I've caught so many fish. Like, this bait is chewed.
Dude, that MS Slammer has, I fished a big bass tour event with Austin Neary from Dreamcatcher Fishing, man. He was begging me for my, dude, I'm throwing the Slammer. You throw your little rats in North Carolina. No. That thing is saucy on top. The way that thing's sexy weights.
So good. 9-inch, 12-inch Slammer, too. Both awesome baits. But that 7-inch gets so many bites. I've caught so many key tournament fish on that bait too.
They crack it too, man. They crack it when they hit a rat or a slammer on top. They're there to just destroy it. It's one of the most exciting bites you'll get. It's kind of like a big buzzbait bite.
Yeah,
but just more violent.
Lure before.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Not enough guys throw that bait too.
Here's the flow glider
right there, bro.
So obviously it's smaller than a Hinkle trout. It's kind of almost in the finesse swim bait range. I had a good question on 6 cents for him. Dude, we got the same color. This color is, by the way, sick in a jerk bait. Someone asked what kind of setup. You don't need a big swim bait setup for this. You can get away with this.
Heavy crankbait rod.
Yeah, I wouldn't even.
It's a treble hook bait. It's a treble hook bait.
Well, you got to show off a bait junior. You jelly. Bait Junior jelly.
Oh, what you got,
man?
You
got him a Chartreuse Purple Norman Fat Boy.
What? Dude, look at him. He knows how to show a bait off right there.
He's trying to explain it too. I've got him trained up. He's just got to fish more. All right. Whew. This is crazy. We had 2 more donos. I think Ben's just straight sipping. So
I'll just start sipping out of this guy.
Somebody, Jesse Osborne, asked a great question. It's a crankbait question. He said, why don't you guys talk about the finesse curve? I feel it's really underrated. No one talks about it. I think it's an amazing crankbait, to be honest with you. The curve, the curve 55. I'm sorry.
The curve 55 or the finesse?
Let me go back. This chat's going so
Man,
fast.
man, it's going, dude. Somebody's got to watch. It's just out of control, man. Like Hella Bass has got to like text stuff or something to somebody that
Yeah,
because
yeah, finesse
they're
curve.
literally flying in.
Finesse curve. Yeah. We
Yeah.
got 400 in here, 407. Guys, smash the like,
Yeah, the
share it
finesse
somewhere.
curve. I'm never gonna hop on here and tell you guys a bait's great if I haven't spent a lot of time with it in my hands, and that's one that I haven't spent a ton of time with. I've caught fish on it. It's weird because you got the regular curve, the 55 that came out, and it's like a shallower, tighter wiggle wart genre bait. It dives like 6 feet or so, and it's weird. It's a super tight wobble, which you'd think you'd want in super cold water in Ozark Lakes, Highland reservoirs, and stuff like that. But it does have a nice hunt to it and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of thinking that the finesse would be that way, but the finesse is almost just like it's so natural. It's super tight, and it just comes through the water column like nothing. It's kind of like a fritz side, a shallow fritz side or something like that, except it dives a little bit shallower. It's going to be an awesome pond bait. It's a great bait in less than 5 feet of water.
I know Justin
Interesting,
Roll
man.
really likes that bait. I've thrown it a little bit in my pool, and I think he described it perfectly. It's just like a maybe 2.5, 3 foot diver. Has a real natural swimming action to it, and at times, dude, that's dynamite. Especially in the spring when these bass push dirt shallow here on Kentucky Lake. It's hard to find a bait that won't just dig the mud. You know what I mean?
There
I
you
want
go.
something that's
Yeah,
just
man.
above ticking it. All right, what do you got to
Yeah.
show off?
Yeah.
Look what Bait Junior's pulling out here, Eric.
Spin Scout.
Spin
What?
Scout.
Does anybody throw a Spin Scout anymore?
You got one of them, Ben?
I do not. No, I know what it is though. I've seen plenty of them.
I don't, but he does now.
I love his hat, by the way. That's a badass hat.
It is
That
a good
is,
looking
man.
hat, man. He Bait Junior is. Let's just be honest. I think my subs are really just to see him, which is good because he can actually catch a few fish.
403.
Let's see here. Let me go in and let's see if I can pick out a couple good questions.
Man, while he's looking at a question, I've got when
Go
you
ahead,
did
Eric.
that video on comparing in your pool, like the OG wiggle wart to the new wiggle wart to the curve to the rock crawler, dude. That I thought was freaking fantastic. For me, a guy that wants to see underwater footage, I don't think there's enough of that, dude. It was awesome. Float, hunt, how it dug. I mean, it was just great, man. That was a fantastic video, man.
That's so good to hear, man. You've
Yeah,
watched some
thank you.
videos then. You've seen some good
does.
ones, some old ones then, because
Yeah.
we that was back my buddy Kyle somehow finangled his way into house sitting this super rich old lady's mansion one summer. And so I'm like, dude, I'm coming over. We're gonna make some underwater videos and get some good footage. He's like, deal.
Yeah,
So we had a couple beers and whiskeys, and we broke out some baits. And man, I wish I had access to a pool like that all the time. But maybe
dude, wouldn't that be amazing? I mean, literally, like, I don't know how you could take your thing to the next level, but I imagine if you just sat there and wove in tank tests, like deep tank tests, like they have it, like Evergreen or some of those Japanese companies where you know Aaron Barnes is there. Oh my gosh, it's not Evergreen, it's the one he's associated with. But dude, they've got those pools and they have a line down the pool so that you can actually see how the bait tracks. It's really cool, man. And like you know, they're doing 3D prototypes, they're going straight to the test pool. Dude, I was freaking on that video, man, because I think people forget it's not just the bait action and does it hunt, but is there any secondary action? Is it a slow riser, suspender, or does it float back like a cork? Does it wiggle? Does it turn around? I mean, it was just really good, man. Thank you for doing that. Answered a lot of my questions.
Yeah, I got a pool.
Yeah, we need to do some more like that.
I got a pool, and mine's not an in ground; it's above ground, and I got it really clean this year. And dude, I just worked on a lot, but I'm trying not to use those excuses anymore. I've got some really good ideas. I think one thing I want to show is how soft plastics are in the water, because there's so many misconceptions. Like, well, I don't want to throw a bait that doesn't float or the action. Like I hear people say, well, the prawn, it has no action. Well, neither does a sweet beaver. And if you see under the water, they're gliding soft plastics. Your bites aren't
Hey man,
your
good
bites
point.
aren't coming from the action. It's that natural glide as it falls down. But you don't see that unless you're like clear water or in a pool. And like when the prawn or the beaver, it hits a bottom, you'll notice the bait comes, it like goes away from the weight and just kind of drifts. It's kind of a crazy deal. But how many fish have been caught on old monster or a Zoom Mag trick worm or a shaky worm that don't float. I've caught tons on a mag trick worm, and never once have I said, I think it needs to float.
This is what
And
No, 100%, man. You're totally right. I think there is a lot of misconception with floating baits and stuff like that. And I think it's something when you're maybe not as experienced, you get into it, you start thinking that way. We actually answered a question today. Kevin, you saw my answer to it, and I know you took notice of it. But over on the Sixth Sense page, the Sixth Sense fan page, for those of you guys watching,
the unofficial page.
yeah, someone asks a very, very good question, and they said, when they just kind of made the assumption with the Carolina rig, you want to throw it because you want your bait to float up off the bottom behind it. And they were kind of trying to figure out how they wanted to set up their Carolina rig to see how their bait would float. And I responded, I said, you don't need, it's not affected because your bait's floating. It's affected because your bait's supernaturally working and undulating back there without any weight connected or fixed to it. The weight's way up here, and that bait, you can't see it or notice it from your visible eye, but that bait naturally working its way around without any type of hardware attached to it. Add to it the clicking and the clacking of the beads and everything above it, the noise. That's what gets bit. Your bait doesn't need to be floating up off the bottom of the lake back here behind it. That's not part of the draw.
Right. I agree, 100%. My favorite bait to put on a Carolina rig is Cinco. And you know what it does? It falls back to the bottom.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, all right. Hey, we've had several questions here about Waterland, your sunglass company. So, number one, how did it start? Why did you feel the need to start a sunglass company, which I kind of know? And two, the guys, it's taken off. They want to know about prescription lenses and will there be a glass lens coming?
Yeah, man. So Waterland is me and Casey and Garrett Sobzak's baby. We worked on it really probably like 2 to 3 years. I think maybe over 3 years even to get it all right. Obviously, if we're going to come out with a sunglass company, we had to do it the right way with the right lenses, the right frames. Everything had to be perfect on it. So we took our time to get it right. But the reason we wanted to dive into that market, everybody needs sunglasses, no matter if you fish, you don't fish, or you got ice fishing, open water fishing, whatever you're doing, you're outside, you need to be wearing sunglasses. And we found that when we looked around the industry, the really premium pairs of sunglasses really it's run by 1 or 2 brands in the fishing industry. And because of that, they're able to charge $179.99 to $280 for a pair of sunglasses. And so we wanted to come into the market and be able to offer any type of consumer a pair of sunglasses that were on par or better than the sunglasses available at a better rate. We wanted to have direct-to-consumer shipping with the best customer service. And we wanted to have a lot of our influencers that are involved with Sixth Sense to be a part of that project as well with us, because we have a ton of respect for guys like you, Kevin, and other guys on the staff that have a lot of great knowledge and input in the fishing industry. And we want the right people behind the brand. And so that's kind of how we worked everything in like that.
Well, I appreciate it, Ben. I'm not going to lie. I've kind of slacked on the Waterland posting on the social media. But, dude, I wear them like every day. I wear them all the time. And my whole deal is, and Eric knows it, it, I don't really push things that I don't care for. If there's baits out there that don't work or I got an issue with, I just don't talk about them. You know what I mean? There's no sense to me to bash products and company now. Obviously, there's some things that go on in the fishing industry that, kind of make me flare up every now and then. I used to really get on Facebook hard about that stuff, but we'll talk about some of that maybe here in a little bit.
Hey Ben, how did on
Go
the
ahead.
Waterland? I got a question. So Ben,
Yeah.
I watched one of your videos recently, like that pond. Then you moved to the spillway, but you shot right through your Waterland. Did you just were you doing a handheld and then held the sunglasses? How'd you do that? That was cool.
That was actually,
I like
think
that.
That was GoPro, I think, on that one. I've done it it works better on your phone.
Oh, really?
Like that. Yeah.
That was very cool, man.
It is hard though. You can't do it with anything with like an ND filter on like a big camera or anything like that. Any type of DSLR. It's really hard to get that shot. But yeah, that was
anyway. That was a very cool shot. I'm like, wait a minute, is there some crazy effect he did on the video? I'm like, no. So anyway, I thought it was cool. I watched it today.
Yeah.
Man.
No, totally. Thank you.
Do you know what you hooked in that spillway? That's another aside. We can get back to the glasses or whatever else.
No, it was either
What do you think
catfish
it was?
or
Wow.
I think it was probably catfish. So the way they were fighting was probably catfish.
That was cool. That was
Yeah.
cool.
So one
It's a
thing
Jane.
Ben does that I'd like to be able to do with him in the future, bow fishing. I love
What?
bow fishing. Eric, I was almost the world champ in bow fishing. I got
What?
second place, 2009, Bow Fishing
What?
Association America, second place in the worlds.
What? That's a what?
That is. Hey, Baitman Jr., get me that trophy up there.
Dude, you would love it out here for the snakeheads at night, man. These guys got these rigs with like these lights,
I
and
know.
they'll go, Mattawoon Creek, man, and they're just like going at it. It's crazy.
That's insane.
So this was actually
Big fan.
before we got invaded by Asian carp. It was buffalo, common carp. Here, I'll get it, dude. You don't need to knock my posters down.
Hey, Kevin, hold on a sec. I'm gonna go run and grab a charging bank real quick. My phone's about to die.
Oh, yeah. We'll make it. Look at this, Eric. Actually, I was wrong. 2010 World Championship Kentucky Barkley Lake, second place in the Big 20. We had 20 fish that weighed 484 pounds. And we weighed in probably 8 that were less than 5 pounds. We're just trying to make 20.
How much did you lose by?
2 pounds.
Oh, my God. Over 20 fish?
Yeah, I had several really big buffalo pull off. It was like in the middle of July, and these fish get really, really soft. And, man, we stuck this one. I promise you it was 60 pounds plus, one of the biggest ones I've ever saw at night.
Holy
We
moly.
stuck it 3 times, but it's so soft, and their stomachs were full. The arrow pulled out. But that's my second little passion is bow fishing. But I got to do something last year,
man?
dude.
I had no idea, dude. That's awesome.
You know what second
What do you
place
got?
in the world?
Shad
Show
wrap.
him that shad wrap. You showing it?
Oh, I got a shad wrap for you. Uh-oh. We might have to do a little horse trading.
Uh-oh.
Speaking of shad wraps, I'm going to see for Baxter.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, I got
challenge.
I got to find. We might have to do a little horse trading, bro.
I know somebody who's got a. Our buddy's got a sun perch shad wrap number 7.
Come on, man. Well, this is the size that you'd be looking for. All right, let's see if people can identify this shad wrap color. Let me hold it up proper.
Oh, snap! He's got a Jane Juice shad wrap.
Who knows that color out there in Baitman or Milliken Fishing land? This is pretty special. I'm going to show another color that you may not see. See, I have to go to like far corners of the earth to find these things. That's a silvery with a white kind of frosty top.
Weck White Knight kind of.
Yep. All right. So I'm going to show one more. This might get your goat too, brother, because I know how much you like purple.
Ooh, that's like a royal chrome there.
I know, but it's and then one more, boy. I love me some shad wraps, man. All right.
Ooh, a chrome hot girlfriend.
That's gold. You got it. Tiger stripes and an orange top, man. So has anybody come up? This is the one I wanted to show you, though. Not all that other noise, but this is the one that I said I had to buy it.
Dude,
I didn't care what it cost, but I said I'm getting it for Baxter. What? We're trading, bro.
Dude,
I'm still waiting on my Baxter box.
Dude,
man. My Baxter box get in the mail. Come on, man.
Dude, stay on my ass. You've got to text me. Here's the deal, man. I ran retail for so long, and I shipped baits out like as soon as they were ordered. I mean, I'm bringing baits to Milliken at iCast, and then now I'm just like, you know what? I don't have to do it every day for a living, so I slack.
Right? Dude, I got to tie up like 36 jig head worms.
Ooh.
You got the shallow runner, man.
You know, it's just the crawdad color, but this was accidentally stolen directly from Mike Iaconelli.
Oh.
Yeah. You took it from Mike?
Didn't even mean to.
Were you throwing that in his pond because it's super shallow where the pickerels are and all that? Yeah, man. That's a little sneaky bait. Not a lot of people throw that shallow shad wrap because, everybody's like geared into these old vintage ones in that color. But that is the heat right there that you showed.
Yeah,
man.
I don't know how this will come up on camera. I took this photo. Did I send it to you, Eric? I might have. This was in
what?
This was in Menendez tackle room.
Let's see. You gotta hold it down. Hold it down first. Oh, it's a sun perch.
A sun perch.
Frickin'. Sevens Shad Rap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of crankbaits, Ben, let's talk a little flat side-ish crankbait. Oh, dude.
Hold on,
So the
buddy. All
new
right, so
ones are
this is
different.
this is it. This is the unicorn, and it's the OG unicorn on top. Baitman did a post on this. Everybody, I know you saw it.
Yeah.
The old flat A.
Yeah, the old flat A, but in sun perch, bro. I don't even know the number of the color, Baitman. Maybe you do. I
Don't
don't
know the
know it.
number. It was a
But
limited run.
this is the repaint. Notice it's a little bit different, right? So I'm going to describe what I see. So you know the first bar, which is that hot orange, on the OG, it's more of a peach.
Yes.
I don't know that it's going to make a difference, honestly, guys, but I just want to point it out to you. They nailed the top. The top of the bait's kind of like this. I'll show you. It's this coppery color. It's almost indistinguishable from the OG. So they got that right. The OG is a little more faded, obviously. Robert Linson sent this to me, by the way, back. So this wasn't even
Good
mine,
dude.
by the way. Yeah, very good dude, man. Send it to me. And then the back bar on the OG is pink. So you got peach and pink, and then you got fluorescent orange on the new one, and then more of the same on the back. So, you know, hey, man, it's close enough in my estimation. I don't think that's going to matter, but wow, they brought it back. How about that?
We need to
Great
put.
cold water bait, man.
We'll get that in a flat 75 there, Ben. Speaking of.
Hmm.
All right, Ben, you tell us.
Oh, buddy,
You
that
tell
one.
us why that bait is so good. That is the flat
Why'd
75.
you have to, don't talk about that.
Man, it's like I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh, you got to. I mean, you went back boated Iconella and caught a freaking 4.5 pounder
Yeah,
behind him on that
sucked. The thing that sucked about that is they should have eaten it a lot better. I should have whooped his ass on it, but I only caught the one big one on it. Man, there's something about it in cold water below 50 degrees, 52, 54 degrees, anything I mean, I fished a tournament once with my buddy Kyle, and we got to the ramp, and it was at the first tournament of the year, and it was in this riprap lake, the one we fish all the time around here. And we got there, and it was like 20 degrees outside, and the water was like 37 degrees. And the whole thing doesn't get deeper than 7-8 feet. It's got docks and it's got riprap. That's it. And everyone went to just slowly flip docks, throw finesse stuff, and we busted out. He busted out my partner did busted out this flat 75 behind me, and we probably caught 50 that day. Most of them 3 to 5 pounds. Just freaking crushed them in less than 40-degree water. This bait is just an absolute assassin in 3 to 7 feet of water on gnarly riprap, and it's a 5/8 ounce bait. I think that's the big kind of sets this one apart from a lot of baits that are out there, is that you can really power fish this bait because you can throw it a long ways. You can put it to work by just crushing it into rocks and stuff. And you can cast it so much better than a traditional balsa flat side bait. And I don't know what it is. Obviously, you throw flat sided baits when the water's colder because it's more natural. But something about the roll of this bait just gets all the bites.
It's probably one of the best. I would say flat A, the flat 75, and then probably that evergreen, that combat flat force, which does not cast near as good, but it's got great action. Those are 3 of kind of your best production flat side crankbaits right now. No offense to Spro Little John's really good, but it's really production run. They don't make the Bling 55.
I know I'm sorry,
Bling
man.
55 they always. I'm not gonna lie.
They always stop making the good ones. Those effers, man. I don't get it.
Speaking of 55, I think Ben might know this, but I talked Casey into doing it. Philip Jones working. We're going to have a flat 55X to go with that flat 75. Nice, and I think a lot of that is guys really want to do a little bit more finesse fishing, give them a smaller presentation. I told Philip, as long as it's got the same action, but we've got to be able to cast that bait. That's what makes the 75 special. It's very castable. If you can get a weight transfer system or something in that flat 55, let's do a micarta bill. Dude, I think it could be, I ain't using the term game changer.
Let's talk about micarta versus Lexan. Preferences and why, if there are any. Either one of you go first. I'm really curious. Do you prefer Lexan or micarta, and why?
I like my Carter bills. I think they're more durable.
Tell me
They're more
why.
consistent. They
Okay.
don't.
Okay.
I don't care who.
Like grind and riprap, do you think that's gonna my Carter bill is gonna last longer than Alexan? Grind and
Yeah.
riprap all day on a Derby day.
Yeah.
Really?
Now here's the deal, though.
Okay.
It it's hard to do that if you're a company like a Six Sense or a Pure Fishing or a Strike King. It's just really hard
Sure.
to get that material. If you're hand making baits, it's a whole lot easier.
Sure. Sure. Do
Now,
you feel the bait's more lively with micarta? Can you feel what's going on? Does it?
yeah, just
I
me, in
mean,
my
it's a
opinion.
thinner. It's a thinner material, right? So it
Right.
should have a crisper action to the bait, right?
Right. It's a
In a
little
way.
bit thinner, but it's not. It's more durable. It reminds me of Kevlar. You know what I mean? It's not like
Sure.
Kevlar's this thick. It's just the way it's made. It's bulletproof. But
Sure. So
I've
Rapala
never
would be.
broken my Carter bill. Somebody might have.
This has got micarta.
I'm
The
pissed I got
OG
that bait.
Slim. Are
I've been waiting on
are
those
you?
for like months, and I don't have any.
What do you think about it? I mean, it came from Ott. It's kind of like his OG flat side design. Are you sold?
Ike
I don't know
was
yet.
throwing the shit out of that bait. So
And you caught him though.
I'm kind of behind them.
yeah, yep.
I mean, look,
Oh
I
wow,
mean,
everybody! Don't. I mean, it's got big hooks. It's like that hybrid hook too. It's kind of
I
weird, man.
mean, I like
These
the
are
OG
hooks,
DT
man.
flats, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the old DT flats. So I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah. That's a good
We'll
looking
see.
bait, man.
But you can't.
It's on the action,
Ben over here
dude.
out
It can look
fishing
as
Ike
good
and
as it
Ellie.
wants to, Ben. And you and I, it's all about, like you talked about. There's something about that crush, that roll. How you describe action, wiggle versus roll. What's going on with the bait down below. I don't think that crush is a fast riser. I think it's a not new, but I think
No,
it's got a
it's
slow
a
rise.
very slow rise for
I think that's part of
sure.
the magic of that bait in cold water. Because when you're hitting cover,
Yeah.
like I throat weight a lot of my balsa flat sides. I've never seen people do it. I've seen them do it with shad wraps, but I'll take a balsa bait, and in particular a CP bait, Craig Powers. I'm really tuned into his flat side. He makes a really good one. And anyway, I'll put like 3 or 4 suspend strips depending upon the water temperature, and I might throw a little nail polish. I get a little goofy about that stuff to same color. Like if it's an orange belly, throw a little swag of orange on it. But nonetheless, when I'm worming that crankbait in really cold water, if I hit a piece of structure like a riprap, a bigger rock, I feel it because I'm worming the bait, and that bait's not backing out. It's sitting right there in that fish's face. And I'm not using Panoptic, so I'm just covering riprap and Rocky Bank. But man, that has done me right, man. Done me right over the
Yeah,
years.
I think there's something definitely to that, especially in cold water when they're finicky. I ran
Yeah.
into a similar situation with it on a totally different species of fish, a different way of fishing. I was on the boat with Austin Felix, and we were
Oh, I
fishing.
like him.
Yeah, we're fishing on Mille Lacs for smallmouth, and he was throwing.
Wow.
We're both throwing like Kitech 3/8 and 3/2 and stuff like that on a single swimmer
Okay.
late fall and on boulder fields and stuff for these smallmouth. Well, that bait would hit the boulder, and they didn't want to eat. It was cold, but we freaking crushed them because I was with Austin Felix, and it would run to the boulder, and I had just got back from another trip. I was just hanging out with him on the way back, and I had an 8-speed reel that I was just like slow rolling.
Yeah.
And we were in like 15 to 20 feet of water. Well, he was throwing like a 5-speed reel.
Oh,
And
wow.
his bait was hitting that boulder and rolling over and falling right behind it. And he caught like 12 fish before I got a bite. And I was
Wow.
like, what is going on? But what was happening was I was hitting the boulder and then popping it free like you do. My bait would shoot off the top and go to the next boulder.
Sure.
And they weren't eating it. Something about the cold water under 50 degrees, having a bait that doesn't float up away from them super quick and kind of works its way and worms its way over, just like you're talking about.
Man, I think
super,
it's depth.
super sweet.
That is a great example, and I love that. That's the kind of stuff in fishing
Yes,
that I
that's good
think people
stuff.
don't pay attention to. They don't. They look at the bait and they think it's the bait. It's
Right.
the action, secondary action,
Yeah.
and what you're doing in your retrieve and what that bait is doing. So it's depth and speed. You got to be thinking about depth, speed, and cadence.
Yeah.
Cadence can be a thing too, right?
100%. Yep.
Yeah, it's not talked about a lot. So man, great story. Great story.
Good
Wow.
question here, Ben. It's a jerkbait question. My man Dustin Taylor, great guy from Illinois. Ben, what were the conditions when to throw the provoke in the ditchweed color? That's like a red chartreuse. Correct me if wrong. And he said he heard it on Ike Live.
Yeah,
When were you gonna throw that big nasty mammer jammer?
yeah. Let me see if I got one first. Oh, here's one right here. Actually, I got this box of baits right here. This big ass box of baits I took with me to go fish with Ike, and it's like a conglomeration of everything I own put into one. So here's the ditchweed color he's talking about for those of you guys wondering. It's red, and then chartreuse orange.
Like the old mistake.
Yeah, the old bandit mistake.
The old two-tone.
That's so smart. I love it.
Yeah, it's a really cool color, and the coolest thing was it was designed by Marcus Sikora, who's maybe the best jerkbait fisherman in the country. One of, anyway.
He's got to get on here. Sikora's a hammer.
Yeah, I mean, incredible fisherman. And he designed this bait, actually. So he designed it for ultra cold, very clean water, which is kind of weird because I think there's two situations when you want to throw this bait. And Ike actually about fell off his chair when he saw this. He's like, I have to own that because no one makes a nice, bright, reddish chartreuse jerk bait. It's all, crankbaits and jigs and stuff like that. But Sikora said that when the water gets down below 40 degrees, those fish are so finicky that you can throw the most natural jerk bait color a lot of times, and you can't get those fish to react to your bait. And something about an ultra bright, ridiculous looking color like this sets them off and makes them want to eat. So there's that situation. And then anytime you're throwing a jerkbait where it's jerkbait situations, you're in those terrible, muddy, cold water situations where they won't eat anything else. Maybe you have to drag something that you're not moving for 10 or 15 seconds at a time. That's when you can pick up something like this. It's really going to put off a lot of presence in the water and really light up and glow.
I think the only company to ever make a really bright one, Lucky Craft did make a Pointer 100 that's a red, but they're the only ones that ever seen it did, and it did not sell. They discontinued it.
Yep. Yeah.
Mega Bass did too.
Oh, come on. Oh yeah. You know what?
Yeah, this is a prop kind of jerkbait, but yeah, they made it in Viper. It's like
yeah,
Viper,
they also made it in a
I can't remember the
color
color.
Akaturo.
You got one?
I'm looking to see if I got. I'm looking at my Mega Bass box. I might have it in my truck. I don't know.
Here, Eric, here it is. Akatora. So.
That's the one I was showing.
This is different. This is like, well, hell, here's the 6-inch version right here. This is one of my favorite 6-inch colors, Lava Truce. That's it in the Vision 110. I'd love to see the Lava Truce in the jerkbait, to be honest with you. You know, Ben.
Yeah. That's badass, dude. I like that.
That's a Matt Pangrak deal. He likes that. But Ben, here's the deal on the Provoke. And I said it in the 6-inch group, and I say it all the time on here. For the money, you're not going to find a better jerkbait on the market. For the money. Now, I love a Mega Bass. A lot of people still throw them. I think I've had better luck in cold water, but now that you tell me that Marcus designed that, and he's a hammer, dude, he's a freaking stud, and he designed that jerkbait for that super cold weather, I'm gonna have to spend more time in that sub 50-degree water temperature with the Provoke, because this is kind of a Vision 110's always been my super cold water deal now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna see if
Tiger
I got that
Wiggle
Viper up there.
Wiggle for sure. Yeah, man. So Marcus designed that bait, and the cool thing is Marcus was like one of the original guys that was using the 110 in the United States. Like before anyone was using it, before any of these Bass pros, Randy Blockett, all these guys that were using it, he was using it in the United States. He knew about it. He was winning tournaments.
That's so crazy.
And so it's cool that he designed this bait for 6 cents, this color for 6 cents. But yeah, man, the Provoke is just it's like a Bubba style of the 110. I don't know how else to describe it. It's a bigger.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah, it's a more bulbous. It's wider. Mm-hmm. It has a bigger presence in the water. It has a bigger roll when you hit it. One thing I really like about it that RIP the Magnum used to have, when it comes to a rest, it has a shimmy as it tightens up and comes to a rest.
That's a big deal. Secondary action, man.
I don't know what
I love baits with secondary action.
Yeah, man. I've watched so many fish eat this bait on my Panoptics, and the Panoptics has changed the game the way that I fish this Provoke 106. Watching fish come out of suspended. I mean, this is a conversation for a whole nother
crazy
topic. But
as your buddy Josh calls it, panty optics.
Yeah, panty optics. Yeah. I still need to go teach him how to actually use it.
Yeah, I was going to say you might need to go ice fishing and show him how to use it.
But dude, I've watched fish come out and look at this bait, and this just goes into jerkbait fishing. And again, a whole nother topic, but you can twitch this bait and let it sit in their face, and they'll sit underneath it, and they'll get closer and closer, and they'll sit there and sit there and sit there and sit there. And then you give it a little twitch, and they'll flutter forward, and they'll be back here, and then they'll get a little closer to it and sit there and sit there and sit there and do nothing. And you can literally, some of them wait like a minute.
Come on.
Finally, you'll just feel, you'll go to like kind of pull on it. It'll just like something will be there and they'll have it. Like,
that's crazy.
Dude, that's
you never
crazy.
see without optics and forward-facing technology.
You
and
wouldn't.
It's stuff that, I mean, you see Patrick Walters go win that term on Lake Fork, but you don't actually hear him talk about what's going on with this fish.
I got to use bathroom.
It's ridiculous watching a fish react to a jerkbait on that.
Dude,
board.
man, that's just crazy. I was down at Hartwell for the Bass Nation Team Championship.
Oh, yeah.
So with my buddy Scooter Lilly, we won the Bojangles Championship last year, but the year prior, we had qualified, and man, I put Panoptics on his boat because he's got the sponsorship for the boat. I'm like, we're getting it. And 100%. We went to Russell. Oh, dude, we went to Russell to practice. And so they had this little buoy that said fish structure. And I said, well, let's go there. So he's breaking in the engine to his brand new boat for most of that day. And it was, we only like got 4 hours to do it. So he got a few hours on the engine. We go over to this fish structure. It says like fish here. And literally Panoptics, it's like a brush pile, man-made. There are small spots all over it. I'm like, let's drop to him, man. So I'm like, drop. Because I'd read my little YouTube video. We got all the settings right, did the circle with the boat to get it right. Anyway, I could see the bait go down. I'm looking at my little freaking shad-shaped worm from Yamamoto. I see a spoon. I'm like, this is crazy. It literally is everything they say it is. I was wigging out. I mean, we caught multiple fish. That's just ridiculous. He could see in a practice day bass in front of docks tracking his DT10. Literally tracking the DT10. I'm like, that's insanity. I mean, that's crazy. What you just described, a minute for that fish to react to that jerkbait.
That's not an exaggeration. It's bizarre. I mean, how many times do you fish in a jerkbait and you're like, shit, how long should I be pausing this thing? Truth be told, I mean, a fish could be behind it and you need to pause it as long as it takes for him to bite or something. I don't even know.
You would never know. You would never know. I was on the Upper Bay with the Megabass 110. Not a lot of people throw jerkbaits. Upper Bay. I mean, you were there. Yeah. Literally, I was on the back channel, not where you and Ike were, out of the Northeast. But anyway, it's not a long ride. The water temp was 43 degrees. It was December. I had the right clarity, I felt. And there's a little hump that comes off in this one point back there. And, 10-pound test I think I was thrown on a spinning rod. I have no idea why. But anyway, it was so hard for me to pause. And I was counting to like 5 at first, no bites. Then I started counting to 10, and then I counted to 15, and that was the magic number that day. But it was almost painful. I couldn't hardly stand doing it. I caught my limit of 5, and I probably had over 20 pounds on a jerkbait on the Upper Bay. I've never done that again, by the way. I don't fish up there in December much, but I just thought that was a cool experience. But I would have never let it for a minute. I would have said 30 seconds. 20. I couldn't have done it. 100%. I couldn't have done it.
So let me ask you, Ben. Here's a controversial topic on jerkbait. What gear ratio do you use? Some guys say I want fast. Guys like Menendez, I want a 6. I actually like a 7. I like to be in the middle. Is there a gear ratio you like for throwing a jerkbait?
100%. I throw a 7 speed. I think it's just a good. It's a good speed to be able to pick up line. Yet, I mean, I'm not going to overwork a bait. We don't fish them like Kevin Van Dam for smallmouth. We don't do the whack. We don't do that shit. We don't even do the Hank Cherry, twitch. We don't do that shit. Like, it's like jerk, and then you wait at least 5 seconds. If it's a great day, you wait 3 or 4 seconds. And so you don't need a fast reel, and a slow reel isn't going to do you much good either, to be honest. I've had so many times when they pick it up out there, and I throw my jerkbaits on a really small rod, a 6'9" medium rod. That's slow. a slow powered
It's
rod,
kinda-
so I want that. I want the 7-speed to be able to pick
Dude,
it up.
that
because my
makes
reel's
sense.
not gonna
Ben
do it
just
for
pretty
me,
much
yeah.
nailed
Yeah.
my same jerkbait setup. I like a 6.9 to 6.10, medium, moderate fast, 10 or 12. I like 10-pound fluorocarbon and a jerk. Count to 3, 4, 5 jerk. Every now and then on a good warming trend, it's just a jerk, slow pause, jerk. But I've learned a lot from
Yeah.
filming Mr. Menendez. That dude is the most
Wow,
patient
dude.
jerkbait fisherman I've ever seen.
Imagine, man.
Dude, what a
He's
gift.
a legend.
What a
for
gift.
sure.
What a gift to be able to do that, Kevin. Dang,
Hey,
man.
speaking of Tennessee River, someone said bring Ben to the Tennessee River. Before the YouTube days, he went fishing with a buddy of mine on the actual river part.
I did. Becky, my wife, and I went. We went on our honeymoon. We went down there.
Yeah.
Dude, that was epic down there. I want to get back there. Is it still fishing where the
Dude,
shit
it's
or is it
actually
destroyed?
fishing better the last 2 or 3 years than it's ever fished.
Damn.
Big smallmouth.
Wow.
Big smallmouth.
Whoa.
Menendez has caught some
Yeah.
giants down there lately. And the Cumberland's fishing good, but our buddy Matt that you went with, he got out of bass fishing. He had a kid, got married.
What?
He's sold his boat. He's got like a 18-foot Triton. He just goes whenever. He's a great fisherman too.
Yeah, he was a hammer, dude.
Didn't y'all throw the accent spinnerbait?
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
Now I've heard you mention this, Ben. Is that a spinnerbait? A bait you don't have a lot of confidence. It's one thing I've only seen one video, and you worked on the accent of you throwing a spinnerbait.
No, man. I when I throw a spinnerbait, it's very niche stuff. I don't like the typical 3/8 or half ounce double willow blade type deal. I throw a little tiny finesse one that I make, or I throw a freaking size 7 Colorado thumper
Yeah,
blade
dude.
in
I like those
sub
big thumpers.
50-degree muddy water around docks and stuff in the spring.
What's your favorite thumper blade, man? Like, what's your favorite thumper spinnerbait, early spring, muddy water? What do you got?
I used that accent. I put it on a 3/4 ounce accent, and I
Yeah.
swapped that back willow for a size 7 Hildebrandt gold thumper. And it's like, ching, 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 ching. Yeah,
I love it.
You ever caught?
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden it loads up, man. Wah, and that head shake. Oh, God.
Yeah.
You got the red kicker blade? You a red kicker blade guy or no?
Yeah, I do both. Sometimes I'll throw it in there. It's kind of like
Okay.
just I got a couple of both, and I'd switch up a little bit. But I mean, when it comes down to that, it's like, are they not going to eat it because it has
Yeah.
another red? Or
Hell
sometimes
no.
like I have a red one tied on. I'm like, well, I'm not going to switch.
I
I'll
got you.
catch them on
Sure.
that. You know?
Sure. Trailer hook or no? Or trailer? Do you use a trailer?
I always throw like I throw the Divine swim bait on the back, the 3.8 size, I think it is. The medium size Divine swim. I always throw swim bait with a trailer hook. So
okay, fair enough.
All right,
Cool.
I got to give a shout out to our boy, Captain Ronnie Kelly, is in the chat.
What?
Captain Ron, what's up?
Captain Ron, great dude, man.
You know he's having a beverage.
Pause really quick. We lost a legend in the bass fishing world today in the Lake Fork area. Mark Pack, the original owner of Lake Fork Trophy Lures, one of the best sticks ever on Lake Fork. My buddy Kelly Jordan texted me today, let me know about it. Lost him due to COVID. So, quick moment of silence for Mark Pack. Great dude.
Yeah, man.
But anyway, Ronnie's wanting us to come to Choke Canyon, Ben. We're waiting on you, Ben. I'm ready to go, dude.
Ooh.
Dude,
big ones.
I've been such a pain in the ass trying to get my life figured out with schedule and everything, but let's I think we need to go like it's gonna be mid-February, and it's gonna be the deal. It's gonna be badass.
I'm coming.
Yes, you are.
As
You
long
better
as
be there.
Dude, these freaking people at work are nuts. But I'm telling you, the earlier I know, the better I can put in. I didn't work almost all week this week. That's why I was streaming so much. But I'm excited. That way, someone can actually see me fish and judge me how bad I am. I'll just be there to give y'all bait recommendations. But
that's good.
I'm excited. I'd love to go with Eric down in Florida. Maybe I could pull that off one of these days. But dude.
Yeah, we're gonna roll down there with Zark. He's gonna be with me, and we're gonna have my new boat by then too.
What kind of boat?
So
what you getting?
We sticking with the bird?
I can't say that yet. It's
a secret. Reveal.
Duck can get you in one of them aluminum rigs.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that ever.
We got almost 500 people up in here, so All right, what are some underrated baits from 6 cents there, Ben, that maybe you don't talk all the time, but you use, and maybe give me one you keep on the down low.
Uh, I honestly don't keep anything on the down
like
low, but the flat 75, obviously it's kind of niche. I don't throw it in the summer. I don't throw it when the water's over 60 degrees probably, but it's the best crankbait I have in my boat when it's below 60. But the one that is kind of niche too that I don't give as much credit to is the Movement 80X. I've caught 3 of my biggest 4 bass of my life on the exact same crankbait. It's one bait, and man, I've caught 30+ pound limits on that bait. Like, it's the deal. The Movement 80X, when you have active fish in less than 5 feet of water, any time of the year, there's no crankbait like the Movement 80X. It's got
true.
a different action. It's super wide. It's like
it's crazy.
Action. It's like pulling a plastic sack through the water. It's just like that thumper blade spinnerbait, kind of like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it comes through everything. It comes through pad stems. It comes straight through brush piles. You can just pull it straight through a brush pile. It's a crazy good bait. But if the fish aren't active and aren't chewing that day, or it's high pressure, there's not anything moving through, there's no wind, you won't get a bite on it. It's not a bait you're going to catch them on that day. It's crazy. It's either all or nothing. There's nothing in between with that Movement 80, but it's a freaking killer.
What's your go-to color for that one, man?
Bone Reactor, actually.
Color.
So I go with a really bright, loud color in that bait, and I've even caught them in like 3-foot visibility water on that because I just want them to see it because it's different than anything else that anyone's throwing. So if they see it, I feel like they're gonna come eat it.
Yeah. What about that remake of the Bubba?
The Swank 77.
Oh, dude, badass. So the Swank
I mean,
I think we got one in this 6 cents giveaway. We got here.
I caught.
Let's hear it, man. Do you have the old one? Yeah, I mean, do you have the OG? I'm gonna get the OG for people to see because I want to show them what it was, built.
Man, there's not a bait.
But go ahead.
Have. I thought I had a Swank in this pack. Maybe it was last month's I gave away.
Now, did they make 2 sizes or just one? So this is the Big Bubba. This is the Bubba. This is the Junior. So I think they remade the Big, right?
Yeah, it's like the Big. It's one that Todd Castledine designed for 6 cents when he was working with 6 cents.
Yeah.
And then he not so gracefully pieced out and decided he was going to be with Strike King. So that's how that all went down. But he
oh, really? Okay.
Strike King just said, screw it, we're just going to buy the company out and say it's our own bait.
Correct, pretty much, which is interesting.
Yeah. So, no offense to my Strike King guys, it's just facts.
Well, I don't know, man. I'm just asking the questions. I didn't know the juice, man. Go ahead, but talk.
Yeah,
talk to me.
So 6 cents. So the Strike Pro was a good crankbait and everything, and then I feel like 6 cents. Well, we took it and designed we actually made. Not a lot of people talk about it, but there was a modification made of the bait last year, maybe a year and a half ago, where the bait was made lighter and it was made. I think they put more BBs in it and one less knocker back there bead, and it made the bait less true tracking, and it made it back out of the grass better, and it made it kick harder and all in all, it comes to the grass substantially better now than it ever has.
Okay.
I caught my personal best bass on it actually at Choke Canyon this last year.
Get out. How big was it, man?
It was just under 9 pounds. So
dang, dude.
Bigger one than that, which is kind of crazy.
We're going over 10 this year.
Awesome.
We're double digits.
I mean, that's
my goal.
You could throw the Swank in a topped out matted hydrilla field.
Yeah.
You could like on top of the water, and you could crank it through there and not get snagged on the grass now. Like it would be in it and you can pop it for like it's crazy how well the thing comes through the grass. And it's just another application for a lipless bait, a chatter bait. Once again, a lot of guys aren't throwing. I have a NBA National Championship at Chickamauga in April. It's going to be pre-spawn to spawn this year, and that's a bait that I'm excited to throw in some of that grass because a lot of people aren't.
Can I come practice with you?
Different look, completely different look, man. Completely different look.
I've never
Because
been on
that trap's going down into the ground. It's sinking, and you're
Correct.
popping it, but that thing is coming. And it, to me, I don't know if the Swank does this, but the old Bubba did it. It's level. It meaning when you crank it to depth, it doesn't
go
continue
like
to
this.
dig. It's like the raid level vibe. If you guys are into JDM baits like I am, their whole concept behind their level series of baits is that once it reaches depth, it stays level in the water column. Anyway, yeah.
You are a bait guy.
Dude,
I
he is
like it.
freaking nuts.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that's why I
tried,
have him on the stream.
Yeah.
He is also a great
I get
human
kooky
being
about it
as
all.
well.
Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
the
that. Thank
raid
you.
baits are legit for sure.
They are. They are. Yeah, I caught a good four. I caught a, was it a four plus in the Bass Nation Championship at the Harris Chain. Dude, it was like 80 degrees. We're chatterbaiting, man. I mapped all this beautiful grass. Matt was about offshore on him. We were fishing the same lake. I saw him coming in. Anyway, dude, day one of the tournament, like 37 degrees, 15 to 20 mile an hour winds. I'm like, can I get away from northeastern weather? No, I'm in Florida, but man, they were eating the trap, man. They were eating it. And I threw that raid level vibe because, I don't think many people kind of were throwing a bait like that. And I got some key bites on it that day. So
Let me ask you this, Ben.
yeah, cool.
You know, Menendez obviously striking. He's got the hybrid hunter, whatever. Um, and to be honest with you, they're the exact same bait as the Strike Pro. But anyway,
Well, you never know.
well, that's true.
I'll
Things
be the
do
judge
change.
of that. When I get I'll be the judge of that. When you get the beta, and we'll see.
Anyway,
though you can't say that.
I guarantee they're not.
My question is,
I don't know,
that
man.
style of bait. He was throwing it like at top water and catching them. Have you ever like twitched the swank on the surface? Because this thing it goes down and it's like a buzz jet. You know what the depth's buzz jet? You twitch that swank, it does that same kind of deal. It's crazy.
It's cool.
No, I haven't done that, but that's interesting. I can understand that because now that we made that modification to it, it's such a loose, like hunting style bait now that it used to just be built like a brick shithouse that would cast forever and just plow through stuff. And now it's just so loose and light and buoyant and wobbly, kind of like a movement that I could see why that would.
Wow, that's cool, man.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. He was telling me about it, and I'm like, man, you gotta be FOS. And then I went out to his pond, and he done it. And like,
oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Speaking of weight,
dude.
I mean, like top water. Come on,
Speedway, baby.
I put some 6 cents in my bag. I don't talk about it much. I like to keep some things low key.
We even got a Jank Juice Speedway.
Oh,
that's for them smallies.
Is this legit? Because I like be buying the King Kong shad and melting the lip to try to get it to wake, and you don't put a match to a lip. But anyway,
look what
was that?
What's coming this year, Ben? What's coming this year?
I actually ripped the tail off that one and used it.
I saw it.
Yeah, that's a similar bait. It's a good one.
I got one in the old 4K shed, and this son of a gun runs amazing. That's all I can say.
What was that? Wait, back out. Come
on,
what was
that?
Pull
a little lower, Kevin. Yeah.
What is that?
That is the
Is that a new bait? You guys get like the Brodo type? You get the Brodo types, don't you? Only the bros, 6 cents bros get the fish.
We caught some fish at Choke Canyon on that too. Kevin, you're gonna freaking shit your pants when you see that lake. It's so ridiculous.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Hey Ben,
no, my bad. When I went to Choke, remember I was talking about bow fishing? I didn't bass fish.
Oh yeah.
I went bow fishing for alligator gar there years ago.
Yeah.
And dude, you know how many 8 to 10 pounders I've seen under the bow fishing lights? Blow your freaking mind. And this is when those guys were catching like 40-pound sacks on Choke. I mean, it was prime. And we're over there trying to shoot a daggum gar.
Oh, is it still good? Choke like it was, or what?
So it died off, and now it's back again. It's good again.
Wow, man, 40-pound bags. What?
Ben,
what's the best big bass lake in the country right now? If you could only pick one, and best for a double digit.
Public?
Yeah, it has to be public, not private.
Yeah, if it was private, I would say that place in Texas.
What about that place? Yeah, not. I'm going there this spring actually, in March or April.
The headwaters in Florida?
No. Yeah, so
The jungle? The jungle.
Fillsmore?
Yeah, do they
Jurassic
catch 10
Park?
pounders? Did they catch 10-pounders there?
Yeah, Fellsmore's got some big fish in it, but man, the pressure right now is ridiculous. I got a buddy that lives there.
Yeah.
True.
So for 10-pounders, probably shit. I don't even know.
I would say Clear Lake.
Probably Chick still, right?
Really?
Chick's getting hammered,
Chickamauga.
man. I would say though, if you want to do it this time of year, Chick is probably one of your best options. But you got to understand, and this is how I've been told, and I know quite a bit about Chick because it's on the TVA chain. There's more 10-pounders in Chick than anywhere, but there's not as many 4 to 6-pounders on Chickamauga. So you may grind a while before you catch one.
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean,
I'll be honest, Falcons
legendary, but it's such a tough fishery.
And then there's Sugar Lake, which is not exactly Mexico, but kind of Mexico. It's like Falcon. Sugar's got.
Yeah.
I mean, I hear people talking about Clear Lake, Sam Rayburn. I don't know about Falcon and those Texas lakes. I don't want to be like getting any trouble on the south side of the border. You know what I mean?
You'd have a better chance of catching a 10-pounder at Falcon than you would at Rayburn or Toledo.
Okay.
That I bet.
Okay.
Even though it's way different than it used to be.
Sure.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting that we can't just off the top of our head name.
Isn't that funny?
The lake that we should be able to go catch a 10-pounder at.
Right, man. Like if you were going to stick at the right time, full moon, spawn or near, and stick a big bait in your hand, when would you be able to do it? Maybe
a big bait, probably California, or
that's what I'm
Florida.
thinking.
Those fish in Florida are so damn stupid. If you got me around them, I'd catch a 10-pounder.
You think about it, right?
There's one lake in Texas that's small, that's public, that I won't say the name of.
Thank you.
I think that you could catch a 10-pounder pretty easy at, actually.
Wow, that'd be crazy.
Dude, I'm just going to be straight honest with you. Back in the heyday of Kentucky Lake in the spring, there was a lot of 10 to 11s caught. Probably in 2015, 2016. I got my buddy, he's been on the channel, Hunter the Hammer. He caught 2 in back-to-back weeks.
What?
I believe that. That's crazy, though. That's so cool.
Wow.
Man. I can't even imagine. I hope it comes back to that.
Dude, me too.
Damn, man.
And to be honest, that's kind of really what's maybe not fish a lot. It's hard to go make a freaking YouTube video when they're not going to catch anything for 5 damn trips. It sucks, man.
Mm-mm.
But it's getting.
So there was this lake in Texas it's called Monticello.
Oh,
and everyone's probably about to have a boner for it and run there, but
it's shut down.
Me and Zark used to go there. We went there the first 2 times when I had my YouTube channel and went down to Texas, and we made a trip down there, and we caught a 32-pound limit there, and I caught like an 8, and you caught one that was close to 10 in the same day, and yeah, man, that was the deal. And then it was a power plant lake with a bunch of hydro. It was badass.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The power plant went out of commish. I don't know why. And then it got privately bought, and so you can't even go on. It's like a 10,000 acre lake. It's a big ass lake, and now it's.
Is that near Conroe in Texas?
No, it's near Fork.
It's north. It's north. Yeah, it's north of Fork, actually. It's by Mount Pleasant, Texas.
Yeah, I almost took a job in Mount Pleasant several years ago. That's how I know about that lake. I told the story to Ronnie Kelly. I'm hoping to get a job in Texas right now, low key. Got something in the works. Anyway,
do it. I'll see you down there.
That's right. It'd be the Baitman and Ronnie Kelly TikTok stream is what happened. But anyway, Anyway, we had this question a lot, Ben. I know you got a wife and kids, so I don't want to get you too long, but what else is new from the 6 that's coming that we haven't mentioned? We've showed the swim bait, the flat 55. What else we got in the works?
I can't say that. That's no.
What about a deep dive and provoke? That's been asked a lot.
Yeah, man, we used to have it. We had the 106 DD, and it didn't do that. It didn't sell extremely well. Yeah. But I feel like that was when the company was in a different place, 5-6 years ago. And now I think it would just explode. We get the provokes in, and they're sold out every color within 2 weeks. It's crazy. And that's with, thousands and thousands in stock. So I think that's coming down the line. I know that's coming down the line. And then we got a couple soft plastics that we're working on right now. We don't have a true craw bait yet, and so that's something we're working on. And we have the prawn, which is a beaver style bait, and we have the double tail double tail grub style bait. And we don't have a true cross style bait, but that's something we're working on designing right now. And who knows, maybe we'll even get into a different species category of bait. Maybe that's next up on the docket. That's a huge part of the industry.
If you gave Cole and Jason panfish baits, they could just make videos like crazy. Some crappie baits. Imagine a little baby divine swim for some crappies.
Maybe some crappie baits. Who knows?
Tim Harris right here. Go Vols, Tim.
Probably just knocking off other companies' baits, right? That's all we do.
Oh, by the way, I'll go ahead and address this, and we're going to do this classy. Another YouTuber had a podcast, and he basically said, this is one for you, Eric. You may come out of your chair. He said, I'll look at a crankbait. All crankbaits are just crankbaits. There's no difference. A crankbait is a crankbait. How do you feel about that?
That's okay, man. Some people are just lost, man. I mean, it's all there is to it, bro. I mean, think about the things that, Ben just talked about tonight, right? The applications for the different crankbaits. You've got cover crank, and you've got crankbaits that are better for, laydowns in wood. You've got better grass crankbaits. I mean, rod action styles. I mean, there's so much to it.
Baits run like this.
Yeah, and I'm not saying you have to make it that complex. You could keep it simple, but unless you understand that, a square bill is really different than a DT6, than a provoke or. Man, it's just there's so much to it if you want to make it that, right?
I just feel that's a really lazy argument from people when they say all baits are knockoffs of other baits. They've obviously never seen the balsa market, or they've never seen the JDM market. I mean, even the U.S. market's actually pretty good now about companies coming up with their own stuff. Unfortunately, some companies want to put the work in, some companies don't.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, man. You can make it what you want, man. You can keep it simple and do extraordinarily well. The guy that I fish with, Scooter Lily, man, he knows his strengths. He's a stud, but the baits that he picks and he puts in his hand, he knows extraordinarily well. So for me, the magic for me, Kevin, I like variety, man. It's the spice of my bass life, man. It's again, I've been a collector since I've been a kid, man. And the magic of trying something new keeps the energy going for me, right? Yeah, I'd be bored if I had to fish the same 5 baits year after year after year. It wouldn't be fun. And what the hell would I talk about on the stream? The same 5 baits?
I know. That's why I keep buying them.
Hey, do that YouTube channel. Yeah, okay, great. You could shoot your 5 videos for your year. You're fucking done. So shut the fuck up, right? I mean, come on, man.
That's when you gotta, at that point, you gotta blindfold people and have them pick out your baits at Walmart to make a YouTube video.
Yeah.
So interesting.
It would.
Someone asked me the other night, they said, Baitman, you got so many OG baits, you could do all kinds of fishing challenges. And I actually probably could. Me and you, Eric, could probably do a fishing challenge for every OG bait we got and have enough content for a decade.
And look, man, I've seen I've told these stories before. I'm sure I've told them on the stream. So I apologize in advance.
No, go
ahead. If I'm going to tell this story and anybody says, God, do we have to hear this one more time? But Ben, you probably haven't heard this story. It's the first time we're meeting personally. I mean, I watched the Ike stream, by the way, FYI. So, okay, I'm going to give you a great story about my river, the Potomac, and I'll relate it to the Upper Bay too. So I've been doing some research, JDM baits. I started to get hard into them, right? And I found a bladed crankbait. I'd never thrown a bladed crankbait before this one, and I'm going back years. I don't think anybody in the States that I knew about this bait. That's right. It is. It's the Imakatsu Wattle Bats. I'm happy to tell you about it. Right. I bought 2. Yep. I bought 2 sizes. I bought the big bats and the medium sized bat. Yep. They have a little bat too. They've got a diving bat, but I bought the big bat and the medium bat. And so went out on the Potomac. It's kind of post-spawn June-ish time frame. The fish were on the shallow wood. I'm going with my buddy Bob Cherry, one of the best crankbait fishermen still to this day that I've ever fished with. The dude legit knows his baits, know what they do, knows how to throw, knows where to throw. He's got it dialed in. He's a -1 fucking freak. He can catch them. And I've watched him catch them, and I've caught him with him. Both of us throwing -1s. So I got the bat on, man. And I'm in the back of the boat. We're going down this shoreline, shallow wood. He's getting first cast at every prime lie. the V of the wood, the larger part, where the fish should be. And literally, he couple casts on each of the great spots. I'd come behind him with the bat, dude. A bass would come out of nowhere and just fucking choke it, like they'd never seen it before. So maybe two things were at work here. They'd never seen the bait before, right? Or it was the action of the bait. That bait, if you fished it, you cannot overpower it, so it's not a great bait to burn. It'll blow out, but it does hunt, and it's got a wide wobble,
Super
and that
wide.
blade, yeah, super wide. It provides flash. So they've got two different things that they haven't seen in a bait. Anyway, literally, I think I caught 5 bass down the one stretch, came back, went to the big bats, caught 3 snakeheads on that, and a couple more bass, and I'm like, he's throwing his favorite -1. I'm like, dude, you want it? He goes, you want one? He goes, no, I'm not. I don't want one.
Yeah.
And to me, that just shows you that sometimes a bait can make a difference, right?
Absolutely.
Action. A little difference, right? So anyway, there you go, man. It's a great story for me. Same thing, Upper Bay. I think it was the next year. My buddy Johnny Ingram, he's got a -1 in his hands. I got the bat, and those post-spawn fish could not leave it alone. He was flipping out, like, what the fuck is that?
Dude, when I
And
first saw this water bats on YouTube, I was
Mhm.
like, holy, that's amazing. Shout out
Yeah.
to my guy, Rick Bartz. He posted something on there. He got me one. And, dude, this thing, it's kind of like the Axis, though. You can overwork the Axis. And I see a lot of people
Yeah.
saying, man, I've got an Axis, and it blows out when you burn it. It's not a burning crankbait. It's a
No,
lots of
no.
roll. The Axis really is designed to roll and hunt at a nice, slow to medium retrieve. You can't burn this bait. Slow, medium retrieve.
No.
You got to let the bait do the work. I mean, it'll just be
You
doing
absolutely do.
No, it'll go side to side, and all of a sudden, it just way out there.
When they're garden fry, that bait is devastating, man. They really want to crack that bait when they're garden
interesting to
fry.
hear you say that, because I never found a great application other than watching the Japanese commercials on YouTube for it when they're like talking to Japanese.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh my God, I have to own every one of these things.
Yeah, I was.
I've never seen anything like this.
Are they the best?
Yeah.
Are they the best at promoting a bait and getting you fired up about it?
Yeah, without you even understanding the words that they're saying. There's
Totally,
like,
dude.
and they got one. They're like, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
I was cracking
There's
out
been
there.
some magic baits that I found out of Japan, man, and there's been some dogs, just shitty dogs that
Dude.
I fish and I'm like, oh my God, I got suckered. Whatever.
Yeah, like I cracked up on Travis's stream when he had the jackal riser and it just flipping out of the water, and he's like, dude, there's no way, that's BS and all that. Now Brent Anderson.
No, you actually, honestly, no, that's not true, bro. Because and look, man, I think Thrifty is a very straightforward angler.
Yeah.
When he does a video, I think he's giving up what he uses, and he's not sponsored by Jackal for sure, and that's one of his baits for school and fish. It's a player on Hartwell for sure, and it was a player in the nation championship. So, nah, man, I got to call you on that one, bro. Thrifty, if Thrifty's got it in his rod box, in his gear box, I'm listening.
No, what I was going to say, Eric, is Travis is like bait won't do that, or you can't fish one that fast.
You hell yeah, don't fucking get it.
Yeah, Brent Anderson.
Don't you?
Brent Anderson, you ever seen that dude walk a spook? I've seen him throw it on a gravel bar and it might touch the water 5 times, and they eat it. It's a pure reaction. You watch it.
You mean he's burning the spook without any rod line, or like he's giving it rod action too? Like
he's action, but it's almost like skipping through the water. But you ever watch the gizzard shad? I'm sure Ben's seen it, or especially here on the Tennessee River. When they're getting chased, very rarely do they go whoop and stay down. They'll go across the water, and then they get eaten.
Are you serious? We don't have a lot of schooling action where I am up here, so it's really rare for me and special when I see schooling bass. Like I saw it at Hartwell a little bit. I've seen it down in the Carolinas, but man, only a handful of times on the Potomac have I've seen schooling fish. Man, it's exciting. Couldn't figure out how to catch them.
I got some guy in the
because they're eating like bay anchovy that big.
Somebody
man.
in the chat saying that Ben abuses fish. I've watched a lot of YouTube. I don't see Ben abusing fish any more than the average.
I don't see that.
Average bro at a BFL.
People I think get really butthurt about that because I don't do the whole set the fish down in the water thing. I mean, have you ever watched a freaking pro tournament? Those guys are tossing them back like they're a piece of freaking garbage into the water. It's like I release fish from mid thigh and drop them into the water. If they're over 4 pounds or so, then I'll get down and set them in the water. Is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, and no, I'm not going to boot you from the chat. It's okay to have a different opinion here. But somebody asked a good question about this bait, Ben. This is the Axis. I remember watching you and Casey fish this one. Basically, wasn't it downtown Houston or Austin?
Yeah, man. Yep.
What sets this Axis apart? You know, I hit on it a little bit. You know, it's got a moving lip. I think a lot of
I
people.
don't know one, man, but it got my attention. It's
So
crazy
a
looking.
lot of people, I think, have this misconception that you're going to throw a crankbait and it's going to chatter like a chatterbait. And
Yeah.
really, what this lip does is it moves and pivots, which gives this crankbait a lot of roll and a big time hunting action. You can't burn it, but if you're around, you know, shallow cover or a shallow flat, you're trying to trigger a true reaction bite. That's where the Axis is going to shine. You know, it's not going to burn
Yeah,
at 90
man.
mile an hour.
I think there's definitely something to be said too about the sound that it makes. It's just a little bit different. Casey actually he barely fishes anymore, but he fished a tournament with his buddy with that bait last 2 springs ago, I guess it was, on Conroe, and they were fishing for bedding fish, and they could hardly see the beds. They weren't being able to bed fish, but he was working the bait into the beds and then twitching it a few times, and that bill would go whap whap and hit the side of it. And he got a 10-pounder on the damn bait on Conroe. That's just one of many applications, but the action almost reminds me of the damn wattle bat. Like we're talking about super wide side to side action that's just different. The blades hitting the plastic, the metal to plastic sound that they're not used to hearing. It's just it's another tool in your arsenal for fish in less than 5 feet of water. You know, it dives about 3 feet, 4 feet. It's not a tight wobbling bait. It's a really wide wobbling bait. Again, it's probably not going to work great for fish that aren't active and aren't moving around.
Yeah.
But when they're
Good
active
point.
and they're moving around, it's probably going to get you some bites that you potentially might not have gotten if you're throwing something else.
Are all the bills that black, that matte black, or that like
No,
smoke, or
I've got
do
some
they
that
have
are
gold and silver?
Dude, if you get one with the gold blade, Eric, somebody,
Yeah.
Cole and Chase hits the flash. Dude, the gold blade is amazing in the water. I've got one here in shad scales, which is, and it's got a nickel blade, I believe. But when you throw it in the water, dude, well, of course, it's freaking hung up. But anyway, this one here's got a bright silver blade. And I've got one with the gold blade. It's in this color with the gold blade. And dude, in my pool, and I actually threw it in there not long ago to check something out. It's a brackish color water because obviously I didn't put a coater on it. And that flash, when that bait's rolling and hunting, that blade flashes hard. So you're almost getting like that spinnerbait flash on that crankbait too. Dude, I'm excited about throwing that one. Throw that down there in Florida. I'll have to put one in your EE care package. I gotta get you that before you go down there with Brent.
That's right, man.
You go
That's
throw that in
right.
Florida, you could probably get your arm broke.
Yeah, do it. I mean, it's a really, really unique bait. I'm never gonna sit and tell someone it's for every shallow water situation, but
Sure.
it's flat out. It's kind of like the movement or the wattle bat. It's gonna get you bites you might not have gotten on something else, and it's not applicable for the majority of your crankbait fishing. That's just all there is to it.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of specialized crankbaits out there. That's for sure.
Just
And
to
that's
remind
probably one of them.
everybody, make
No.
sure you comment on this video afterwards so you can possibly win a pair of Waterland sunglasses, Super 6 sack, and a couple specialized 50X. Do you think we can get Casey to make Eric a special June bug crankbait?
June bug.
He's a-
I like it.
Yeah, he's a June bug.
My time out. Please don't have to do that because I do have TK Tacklecraft making me one, man.
Oh, we'll do it.
I do that's part of my Bass Lab OG series,
All
man.
right.
Come on, man.
Okay, I got
you can't unleash the beast on me, man. I'm just a little dude out here in Maryland, man. I'm trying to help TK out,
How
man.
about
He's
June
small
bug
fry.
red?
What was that? It's a straight purple with some blue glitter. I like that. Okay, deal.
Yeah, man. No, it's the glitter is showing up blue, but it's actually green. And there's this is a June bug red, so that the glitter is green, and underneath you've got a little bit purple red sparkle. So yeah, I was thinking to myself, look, I fish Tannic water, the Chickahominy River, not Chickamauga, but the Chickahominy River is straight up Tannic water, and I said, they eat a June bug worm down there so freaking good. Why not a June bug crankbait? So actually, the first fish I caught was a smallmouth up in New York on it, first freaking cast, and then I casted it 30 more times after that and got zilch. So it was crazy. It was meant to be. But anyway, no, I just have fun. I painted that with nail polish, bro. Down here, Sally Hansen, no airbrush.
That's super cool, man.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's fun.
We've
It's
been
fun.
on for almost 2 hours. We're gonna
Wow.
Dude, we got 500 people almost. I hate to wrap it up, but Ben's got 2 kids now. When we met, he had
I
1.
do. I
Oh
do.
my
Now
God,
he's got 2.
crazy man.
But any final thoughts, Ben? Obviously, you got a code for 6 Cents Fishing. His is MF10. Mine is Baitman. You can save 10% either way. It doesn't matter to me which code anybody uses.
I got one. It's EE20. I'm just kidding, guys.
Eric's got a 20% offer. Awesome.
Boom.
20 cents. 20 cents off the order.
But what else is in the plans? Kind of final thoughts wrapping up for 2021. Obviously, me and you are going to try to go do some fishing. Maybe we can go together more than once. If you enjoy my company, we'll try to work it out because I think you need to make a trip down this way to the Tennessee River Chain.
Deal. I'm down for that. I'm kind of fly by the seat of my pants guy, and so we don't really have a whole lot planned. We just kind of
very cool,
a couple
man.
weeks in advance. We're talking. Becky and I are talking about going to Costa Rica here in 3 weeks or 2 weeks or something. I don't even know if we planned it, but we might do some saltwater fishing. And then we're going on the Texas trip. We're going. Oh, I thought of the name of it now. It's Camelot Bell. Me and Casey and Garrett and other surprise guests are going to Camelot Bell. We're gonna probably catch 10+ pounder there in April or March.
Where's that? Texas?
I've been
That's
invited
Texas.
there.
It's a private lake in Texas. It's supposed to be awesome.
It is amazing. So the guy that started Tecumseh Seeds for whitetails, he started Camelot Bell and has learned to grow gigantic bass. So Kelly Jordan has invited me there many times.
Yeah.
And you haven't gone, dude?
No. He told me when I come to Texas in a couple of weeks, he said if I'm not MLF and we can go to Camelot Bell. I drove fish with Ben.
I have a surprise guest, a very big celebrity in the sport of bass fishing. I'm going fishing with in April. So I'm excited for that up north. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And then after that, man, I don't have anything planned besides, I'm going to try to fish as many tournaments as possible and hopefully get into some bigger ones this year. And we'll see what happens.
Dude, that's outstanding, man. Good luck. Tight lines, man.
Yeah, dude. I think we're just going to end it on that. I know some people were like, oh, I can't wait for Ben to bash the Googans and this and that. We kept it classy tonight, guys, and that's how we're going to roll on here.
That's my tip.
Man, it's exactly like you said, man. We don't need to do clickbait and all this bullshit to try to get views and stuff like these clowns do.
None of that, man.
We just got love for the fishing industry. We want people to go out and catch more fish on whatever it takes.
I think tonight people have seen more of Ben Milliken, Baitman Ben Milliken than they've seen ever. Obviously I've watched your videos from the beginning. I know you're a bait guru. The dude was ordering 6 cents baits from me before he ever had to deal with 6 cents, and that is a true.
That's pretty cool. That's a testament right there, man.
And I'm so happy for all his success, man. I'm behind Ben on everything. I've always got his back, and he's always had mine. And dude, it's hard. He's a good dude, and I would do the same for Eric too. If someone starts knocking off Eric's shaky worm, if someone starts knocking off Eric's shaky worm, I'm going to bat for him. I'll fight a guy over that.
Man, you're gonna have to throw that fire crawl shaky head worm someday down there, man.
God.
Oh, dude, dude, that's my little Bass Lab OG with little frickin' 4-inch frickin' no salt worm.
The baits are coming out now at the end.
Dude, just this is money, man. I've caught some big ones on it. I got to throw a little truce in there. I do, yeah, in the Bass Lab in the basement.
Look at all those do-it molds. Holy cow!
Here's my shit.
Dude,
here's my shit right here. Just a little.
You pour your own shit. That's awesome. I've always wanted to do that.
Molds, hooks. This is like I got my tie-in stuff. I got my
hell yeah. Oh, you talking to me now, man?
I got
dude.
my soft